The world woke up on August 28, 2025, to a headline no one could have predicted. Park Jae-sang, better known as PSY, a global entertainer who made billions laugh, sing, and dance with Gangnam Style, had been booked by the police in Seoul. A man who once stood at the White House lawn, cracking jokes with President Obama, was now shuffling into a police station, head down, accused of breaking South Korea's strict medical laws. Lieutenant Kim Min-soo of Seoul Police delivered the bombshell in a press briefing. His words, though calm, detonated across the internet. Mr. Park Jae-sang has been booked under suspicion of repeatedly obtaining controlled substances through unlawful methods between 2022 and 2025. We are investigating whether these actions constitute deliberate circumvention of medical law. The moment the quote hit the press wires, shockwaves tore through K-pop fandom and international media. For the first time in more than a decade, PSY wasn't on stage as a performer or behind the desk as a producer, he was a suspect. The irony of the downfall was brutal. PSY was not only South Korea's most unexpected superstar, he was one of the first truly global ambassadors of K-pop. His horse-riding dance was mimicked in New York's Central Park, London's Piccadilly Circus, Rio's favelas, and classrooms in Nairobi. It symbolized a rare moment of unity in a divided world. And now, that symbol stood tainted. A pop icon in police custody, born into privilege in Gangnam in 1977. Park Jae-sang was never supposed to be this kind of star. His father ran DI Corporation, a semiconductor company. His mother operated restaurants. He enrolled in Boston University for economics, then wandered into Berklee College of Music. But he never finished either. Instead, he brought his rebellion home, shaking the conservative Korean music industry with a debut album so outrageous it was fined and partially banned. He was, from the start, the misfit of K-pop, overweight, brash, a joker. Nobody thought he would one day dethrone the polished idols. In July 2012, lightning struck. Gangnam Style erupted with its sarcastic lyrics, satirical edge, and unforgettable gallop dance. The video shattered records, becoming the first in YouTube history to hit 1 billion views. Within months, PSY was everywhere, dancing with Madonna in New York, cooking with Ellen in Los Angeles, leading crowds in London. Ban Ki-moon called him a force for world peace. Obama admitted he'd practiced a horse dance. For a moment, PSY seemed invincible. But behind closed doors, the pressure was unbearable. Our bandmate recalls, he was always under pressure to be funny, to perform the horse dance. He hated it. He'd laugh on stage, but backstage he'd stare into space. It was like he was trapped by his own success. The trap snapped shut in the years after. 2013, caused public outrage. Hangover, a bizarre collaboration with Snoop Dogg, confused fans. Later albums failed to chart. Interviews grew darker. By 2017, PSY himself confessed, Gangnam Style was both the greatest blessing and the heaviest curse. Reinvention came in 2019. PSY launched P Nation, signing stars like Jessie, Hyuna, Dawn, and Crush. Suddenly a CEO, a mogul. No longer just a funny viral act. It looked like redemption. But privately, his health crumbled. He suffered from chronic insomnia and anxiety. By 2022, he was under medical treatment involving strong prescriptions like Xanax and Stilnox. This, police allege, is where his latest downfall began. According to the investigation, PSY repeatedly avoided in-person consultations, asking his manager to pick up the medication instead. Might sound minor elsewhere as a major crime in Korea. Prescription laws are brutally strict. Controlled substances cannot be handed over to anyone except the patient. An investigator leaked to Yonhap News, "We obtained surveillance footage and medical records proving that Mr. Park's manager collected medication dozens of times on his behalf. This is not a one-off. This is systematic." Police raided the hospital itself, confiscating files, and are now investigating whether the doctors involved knowingly bent the law. P Nation quickly issued a public apology. The artist has long battled a sleep disorder. His treatment was legitimate. However, we admit wrongdoing in allowing a manager to collect his prescriptions. We sincerely apologize to fans and the public. Apology did little to calm the storm. On Korean message boards, debate raged. One comment read, "I love PSY. But the law is the law." Another countered, he just couldn't sleep. Destroy a man for that, internationally. Headlines mocked the fall. American blogs splashed, Gangnam Guy busted over sleeping pills. British tabloids screamed, from Obama to arrest, Psy's wild ride. But in Korea, the stakes are higher. The nation has a zero-tolerance culture for celebrity drug scandals. Fans still remember actor Yoo-in's career evaporating after his drug case. K-pop stars accused of even minor violations are shunned. For Psy, the danger is existential, not only for him, his company and artists. And this isn't the first time his name has been linked to controversy. In 2001, long before Gangnam Style, Psy was arrested for marijuana use, fined, briefly jailed. He later admitted, "It was the most shameful period of my life." History now resurfaces, painted as a pattern rather than a mistake. Then there's his notorious relationship with alcohol. Views, he once said, "If I'm not drunk, I'm drunk." Line meant as humor became, in hindsight, self-portrait. Insiders whisper of nights when he stumbled out of bars in Gangnam, sunglasses shielding bloodshot eyes. One former producer told Sports Soul, he lived on adrenaline, alcohol, and applause. Without those, he was restless. Behind the party image, though, lies a darker truth. Psy is a family man. He married Yoo Hyun, a cello-trained musician, in 2006. Together they have twin daughters. For nearly 2 decades, wife remained his anchor, avoiding the spotlight. Now, she is thrust unwillingly into it. Husband's mugshot on every newspaper. Her children whispered about at school. P Nation, too, faces collapse. The label was built on Psy's reputation as an industry rebel. Jessie left the agency in 2022, citing differences. Hyuna and Dawn followed. Now, investors question its stability. The label's survival depends entirely on his credibility. One insider told the Korea Herald, if he is convicted, P Nation may not recover. The Korean press has gone into a frenzy, not only dissecting the legal case but dredging up every scrap of his past. Old photos from drunken nights, angry reviews of his failed singles. Even his father's business dealings have resurfaced. Some headlines are merciless, from nation's clown to nation's shame. Global fans remain torn. Remember Gangnam Style as pure joy. That song got me through a breakup, one fan tweeted. Others feel betrayed, he mocked the elite. Became one. Drugs, power. It's all the same. The broader picture is darker still. Psy's fall is part of a pattern, a reminder of how merciless the entertainment machine can be. Michael Jackson, Britney Spears, Whitney Houston, icons who soared, then burned. For Korea, image is everything. The fall feels even harsher. A senior Seoul cultural critic summed it up on KBS News, Psy's story is a modern tragedy. He was the ordinary man who beat the idols at their own game, made the world laugh, and yet could not save himself from the pressures of that very success. Does it go from here? The investigation is ongoing. The doctor who prescribed his medication denies wrongdoing, insisting it was remote treatment. Police will decide whether to file full charges. If convicted, Psy could face fines, suspended sentences, or even jail time. But beyond the law lies the shadow of reputation. In South Korea, forgiveness is rare in drug scandals. Even if cleared, Psy may find his brand forever scarred. The man who once symbolized joy may forever carry the label of scandal. And yet, his legacy is complicated. For millions, Gangnam Style was happiness itself, a silly dance that made the world feel lighter. To erase that joy is impossible. To separate it from the man behind the shades, now shamed and weary, is equally hard. The story of Psy is no longer just about one song or one scandal. It is about fame's brutal cost. About how laughter can mask exhaustion. How applause can hide insomnia. How even kings of pop can be undone by the smallest of shortcuts. The final image is haunting. Once, Psy galloped across stages with wild abandon, the world in laughter. Now, he walks slowly into a police station, head down, pursued by cameras instead of cheers. The global icon has fallen. The secrets are out. And the world watches, stunned, waiting to see whether Park Jae-sang, the man behind the mask, will rise again or vanish into the shadows of his own making.